Hello everyone, this is the pre-market report video for today 23rd June 2023 in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Yesterday it was weekly expiry and as expected the Indian market was very volatile. Nifty opened flat and tried to maintain till 11. That's the time Reliance was supporting, then Reliance started to give up which pushed the Nifty down to below 18,800. Then after 1 pm, banking stocks started to support which again brings the Nifty close to 18,850, but in the last 1.5 hours, banks too given up which in turn moved the Nifty again down to below 18,800. Yesterday, all sectors were down. It was very weird as it was dropped only around 0.5 to 1%, not much. About institutions, FII turned net sellers. The net sold shares worth approximately 690 crore rupees and DII net bought shares worth approximately 220 crore rupees. Then after the Indian market hours around 4:30 pm, Bank of England raised their respective interest rate by 0.5% and they too speak very hawkish about inflation. Actually, analysts expected only the increase of just 0.25%, but this surprise made the oil price to crash over 4%. I know we are all telling Nifty volatile, Bank Nifty volatile, etc., but the actual too much volatile is on oil. Earlier, I used to tell 0.5 to 1% change, but nowadays almost each week, oil going 5% up and coming 5% down in the same week. If required, please pause and have a look. This is the last 4 weeks oil chart. See how many times it moves from 70 to 74 and couple of times from 74 it crashed all the way down to near 67. It's really crazy the way the oil price was. At this time of this video, WTI crude oil was traded at $69.5 per barrel and Brent crude oil is trading at $74 per barrel. Thus, all the energy stocks in US got affected. Moving on, last night Fed chairman testified in front of Senate the same exact words what he said in front of the Congress on Wednesday night. And also he made an additional statement that in future interest rate decision will be only based on upcoming data driven. Thus, this increased the Fed probability tool to over 75% that Fed will increase 25 basis point interest rate hike in the upcoming FOMC meeting in July 26th. Here, I think now market is already prepared and factored its price for another interest rate hike. However, on the positive side, regarding number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during past week came as exactly same as last week number, which is 2,64,000. Here, it is slightly above the expectation and it's above the normal weekly upper range band. This is a weak economic data, but it's good for market and it is what investors want as well. Thus, finally, S&P 500 broke the 3-day losing streak. In the end, Dow Jones closed flat due to the weakness in energy stocks, but S&P 500 increased by 0.37% and Nasdaq was up by 0.95%. In terms of tech stocks, except Netflix, all others closed positive. Coming to Indian ADRs and US market, despite closing negative in Indian market, both IT and banking stocks increased around 0.5 to 1.5%, which is good and huge positive, especially the banking ones. Then about SGX Nifty at 3 am Indian Standard Time, it closed at 18,880, which means it's kind of indicating around 60 points gap up opening. So that's what happened in global market yesterday. Now let's move to the India specific. First, there was a draft proposal yesterday from the Indian government for implementing the quality control norms for electrical appliances. Here, it's intended for both household and commercial. This includes all the commercial durables like vacuum cleaners, coffee makers and electric food processors, etc. All those electrical items under these orders cannot be produced, sold, traded, imported and stocked unless they got the BIS mark. This way, Commerce Ministry can curb the cheap electrical goods import from China and can increase the local production and also it will increase the locally made goods sale. I consider this as positive for consumer durable stocks. Moving on, I know IT ADRs were close to positive, but last night Morgan Stanley made the warning that Indian IT sector will take a revenue hit and there will be a weak margin in the upcoming June quarter. Usually this is negative. I don't know why this was not factored in the Indian ADR. As a summary, US market closed mostly positive. Yeshi's Nifty is also indicating a gap up opening and Indian ADRs are also positive. So we might have a good positive day today. But please be cautious. Oil crashed, Morgan Stanley warning, and also there was some inflation warning from RBI MPC committee meeting minutes. All those might crash the party. About the things to look out, again today Chinese market will be on holiday. Then during our market hours between 11:30 to 12 pm, various UK retail sales data, and between 1 to 2 pm, various Europe related PMI data is due. Then in the aftermarket hours, US PMI data is scheduled to release. Coming to technical, if we combine the last 3 days, first green candle indicates that prices had risen from significant buying pressure. Then the second day also shows an increase in prices, but the extent of the increase is modest compared to the first long green candle. Lastly, yesterday the third day, it formed an long red candle in which selling pressure has forced the price to around or below the midpoint of the first day candle. This exact candlestick formation is called evening star pattern. Generally, this is used by analysts for detecting the trend reverse and it is a good strong indicator as well. However, in the 2-3 weeks, there were multiple times candlestick analysis showed one day bearish reversal and the next day its bullish continuation and vice versa. Thus, this can be a false signal due to the expiry day. Anyway, for now, it's indicating bearish reversal. Multiple times now Nifty tried to cross the all-time high level, but again and again, profit taking in the heavyweights across sectors gradually pushed the index lower. Thus, on the intraday charts, it has formed a double top formation which is largely negative. And also now the hourly momentum indicator has a negative crossover which is a sell signal and that could be also the small reason for the weakness in Nifty. On the downside, Nifty is trading around the key hourly moving averages 18,800 to 18,780. And these Bollinger Bands are contracting and thus it indicates that there could be more consolidation before it resumes the forward uptrend. Overall, I like to maintain my positive outlook. In terms of levels, 18,700 to 18,660 will be a crucial point, while 18,880 to 18,900 will now become the huge hurdle. As far as Bank Nifty is concerned, the 20-day moving average 43,975 is now act as a stiff resistance and Bank Nifty unable to surpass it. It's still stuck in a range and until the zone of 44,000 to 43,500 is not decisively breached on either side, the range bound action is likely to continue. Moving on from pivot chart for Nifty, at present the support is presented around 18,720 and strong support is at 18,680. On the higher side, the immediate resistance to break is at 18,880. Then in terms of Bank Nifty, the support is presented around 43,430 whereas the resistance is at 44,190. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing it for my and viewers educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.